Welcome back. You're watching this back on YouTube. This was streamed on YouTube. Yeah, 60 per second. All sciences. Lieber, we done. Easy. Lemon squeezy. I increased the number of rockets we have to deliver stuff. This is picking up about 12,000 every trip at the minute, so it's keeping up. Doesn't need all of these. It normally gets to about these two being full. Now this is totally done. I've done it all off stream. Everything is 60 a second. It's super cool. All liquid inputs. Just fucking awesome. 60 a second. Red. Second. Green. Military. A pain in the fucking ass, but we did it. This. Chemical. This was a pain in the ass. No, it wasn't. This one was a pain in the ass. $60. Yellow. 60. We need to go to Fulgora. We need to do the space science at 60 a second. It's nowhere near that. We're only at about 20. But I want to go to Fulgora. For that, we're going to load the ship up. This needs to deliver. Here. Gonna look terrible, but we are gonna do it. This is just a temporary fix. When I deleted Navis, I had 1 million of these bulk inserters left over, so I thought, why not send them to Gleba. Use them in this. So let's read this belt. Read this belt. And so you can work only when bulk inserters are less than. We want less than 20. Means this. We use all of these in here. Or it does any of these. So yeah, I worked out why. I don't know whether you was watching. If you're watching this back on YouTube and you watched the last stream, then you'll see I was struggling to get this to work. And the thing that I forgot was quality modules in this starter. The one creating the base stack inserters. With quality modules in here, we output, obviously, varying different qualities before then it goes into the upcycling. So it's sped things up a lot. This has been running for a few hours and I've got 230. It's not brilliant, but it is actually doing what we wanted it to. Making these legendary stack inserters. At a rate that we can probably actually do something with. So, we need to go to Volcanus and pick up some legendary stuff, and then we need to go to Fulgora. Fulgora used to be my favourite planet, but I like Gleba. Gleba is now. A lot of agricultural science. We're at 13. We're at bouncing around 12,000 science a minute. I also realised I'd been building away. I've been churning away some legendary biolabs, so I've put those in. I've put some in. I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 14 legendary biolabs in. With these all full speed module freed and the beacons all speed module freed. This consumes about 60 a second, which is what we're making of all the sciences, so it works really well. Anyway, let's get off to Fulgora. Let's send a transport here waiting for us. There wasn't nothing else I wanted to do over here, really. Somebody recommended to me on Reddit why I wasn't using beacons and speed module in this, so I did, and it turns out I only need one only need one biolab to output a full belt. A full stack belt. Crazy. So we should... all of this mess can be changed to just 2 of these, but I'm going to leave it for now. So yeah, let's pick a rocket, dump our stuff off. Into Fulgora. Got big plans over here. I want to totally revamp it. I also took the time and constructed legendary mech armor, so our mech armor is crazy now. Let's go and kill some... bugs just for the fun of it, because I've got some legendary... I made some legendary discharge defense, and they're freaking crazy OP. You watch this. Oh, we died. I was giving it Charlie Big Potato. That's the first time I've died in like forever. Go and get our stuff back. Apparently the discharge defense aren't as powerful as what I thought they were. Problem is the charge time. They do good damage because it chains on all of the legs, but as you can see, I really need some like shields. Make some legendary energy shields when we get to Vulcanus. Charlie Big Potatoes. Libra is such a cool planet. It's such a good challenge, but it's very, very satisfying when you get it all up and running. And there's so much more we can do. We're barely scratching the surface of what we can do here. These produce 7 a second, but I mean, this belt hardly moves. I think it produces way more than that. All of the information that I found anywhere says that the agricultural towers produce at about 7 a second, but I think it's more. I need to test it myself, but right, let's go. To our transport. We'll go to Vulcanus, pick up some stock, then we'll head to Fulgora and make some 60 whatever their science is called per second. I think this legendary carbon ship, I'm going to turn this into my... Okay, we've run out of power here. Pick up 10 from... Make sure we've got 10 on... Yeah. Pick up 10 from Liba. And then we'll send this back to Nalvis where we'll repurpose it later on. Because we don't need to do this legendary carbon anymore. Because we're upcycling our stack inserters. So this ship that I spent ages building, which works really well, is not needed for anything. So go to now. Transport. We want to go to Vulcanus. And then we're going to go to Fulgora, tear all this down. Well, all of this. Because I was making some red science here and green science, which we no longer need because we're just making way more than what we need on Nalvis. I really want to streamline how this... I want to improve how this works even more than this. I mean, this is really good. But I'm sure we can make it better. Alright, what do we actually want? We want legendary stuff. We'll drop down to Volcanus. Have a quick look around. And then we'll think about what we want to take to Volgora. Thinking about using all of the solid fuel for just power. Putting it in E-exchanges, legendary E-exchanges. We will see. One thing I did want to set up over here is legendary bots. We're not making. So, pick up our goodies. So let's make some legendary bots. We're making legendary roboports, but we've got no legendary bots to put in them. So, legendary. Need legendary flying robot frames. We're not making. So we'll do those first. So, these need legendary batteries. Legendary motors. Legendary steel and legendary greens. Steel's already there. Greens are there. These are really... So we probably want to beacon these. They use virtually nothing. Like more beacons. Still consuming nothing. Producing at quite a good rate. So let's say we want 4 boxes of those. So, legendary reds, legendary put these in their own box. Needs 12.5 a second to make 12. That's a 1. So when we get 50, it'll make 50. Okay. We should really put these in their own box. Then we do the other one. So legendary roboports. Legendary reds. This needs to be changed to legendary. Legendary construction bots, and these need greens instead of reds. We'll just let this just keep building forever. We're going to use them. So transport, we definitely want chemical plants. Definitely going to want foundries. What else do we use in Fulgora? We use these, which we've got a million of when we get there. Want the legendary assembly machines. Nothing else really. Some legendary inserters and stuff. Very bulk inserters and stacks of 50. Good. Legendary long arms. 100. Definitely legendary roboports and substations. Got 10 roboports. No substations. Got some roboport. Max at 10. 20. Dairy station. Good. Oil refineries we don't need because it's all heavy oil. Not actually making legendary tier 3s. No. Okay, well we need to. But for that we need legendary something that we don't have. Definitely want legendary assembly machines. Legendary tier 3s need something legendary that we're not the triangle things. these. They're being used for something. These are being used for the foundries. Legendary foundries do we even have over? Lot. More than we're going to need for the foreseeable future. So, I think for now we'll turn this off. Put these in an accessible box. And there's 150 legendary foundries there. That is enough for a while. That means we can then use this. This is full. Both of these should be working flat out now. Okay, let's make some legendary tier 3s. Let's quickly do some upcycling of these things. So we want anything that's not legendary. So output priority left, filter this equal to or less. There. We want input priority. As simple as that. Now this should go into a box. And it should be legendaries. You do this as well. We set a green wire from there to there. So enable when these things greater than 2000. So the input priority is the right. So this one, which is not being used for anything anyway. This really needs to be quality here. Let's actually do something smart. Because we're pulling this from here, can probably do this. So put everything into that box. You take anything that's just normal quality. And put it in there. You take everything that's this equal to or greater. You actually say you can work when these are greater than 500, so we just have a small buffer in. And use a filter but only regular quality. On my phone. This isn't working, is it? Do it the other way. Let's say output priority right. Legendary. We'll just leave that ticking away. Right, what did we want to take? Let's remind ourselves what we wanted to take to Fulgora. All of this. No assembling machines. Oh, legendary. These need to be legendary. So we're taking chemical plants, foundry, bulk and sorter, long hand inserter, roboports, substations, and assembling machines. What about actual robots? Do we have 100? I doubt it. We do. We have 200 and some of them, so we'll take 200 of each. Yo! Welcome. Badjo, I did a thing. I have totally revamped my Nalvis. We're making 60 a second of everything. 60 a second reds. All beaconed out the wazoo. 60 a second greens. 60 a second military, which is a fucking pain in the ass. 60 a second chemical science. 60 a second whatever this pink one is. This is the real fucking ball ache one. Needs so much stone and needs so many stone and bricks. And then 60 a second yellow science, which is the biggest pain. But I did it. I did this morning. Off stream. So these can consume 60 a second. With this setup I've got here, we need to work on space science. Agricultural science is done. We need to go to Fulgora and Vulcanus. So we're just about to go to Fulgora. That is what we were doing on this planet, but we got waylaid. So 3,600 a minute of everything. What we are. So, let's go to Fulgora. Yeah, now this is the home planet. I just legendarized it. I went back with legendary foundries and everything that we already made on Vulcanus and then upgraded it. Fulgora, here we come. This has run out of fuel as well. Because it's just sitting at Vulcanus. Yeah, now this is pretty cool. This is all obsolete. Can all go. Anything. Is literally all dormant. This is being used. I've done away with the mall over here. I just deleted it because it's far more efficient to make it on Canis. Yeah, works like a treat. So we're just ploughing our way through research now. We're hovering around 13,000 science packs a minute. Well, 13,000 science. These are all at max productivity. Everything is good. Look at this. This thing. Outputs half a stack belt of them. We could go more. It's got one beacon. One of these could output probably 4 stacked belts. Fully stacked belts. Oh god, I'm tired. I don't know how long I'm going to stream for, as long as I can keep my eyes open. Alright, when we get there, we want to drop these, we want to drop them. Not them, we're going to have enough of those anyway. Those. Definitely those. Those. And those. Like those. Yeah. Go to Fulgora and go back to Navis. Right, first thing I want to do, round up the quality modules that have been working away here. Got a bin bringing those off there. Don't want to do that. In fact, I want to be doing this. Yeah, that's looking better. None of that. Millions of them. Millions of them. It's all just garbage. Yeah, have you not played it? No. Thought you played it. Right, I'm gonna start with this. I'm gonna redesign this from the ground up. Down here. And then plop it in. Done. Okay, the first thing I want to do is everything that outputs. Everything that outputs these need to go together. So LDS. Actually, first thing I want to do. First thing. Get this going again because this is all clogged up. Do that. Simply bin it. I'm also going to bin all these normal ones. I think it's the legendary we'll keep, although it's virtually nothing. I've only played the base game, yeah, mate. Next level. So Fulgora, I was using it for like, we're making green science here, which is now pointless. We're not going to be doing it anymore because we're making it on now beast. No point. No point putting it in a ship and shipping it when we can just make it super easy on Nalvis. That means these two rockets are null and void, but if we change them to automatic, can deliver. They can deliver electromagnetic plants and stuff if we need them to. So this is freed up now. This is set to pick up anything that's not legendary of these. We've got way more than what we could ever need, really, so I'm tempted to just shut this production off for the time being. Then use this recycler for these. So we'll also set it to pick up normal tier recyclers, nor uncommon recyclers, rare recyclers, quality. And I think I'm going to do this. These take steel, gears, blues, and concrete. So anything that's tier 1. So anything that is tier 1. And down here. Here. Into an assembler. Making 1 recyclers. You need to go into a box. Just be a steel chest, doesn't need to be anything fancy. Quality modules. Put into a box. And this is requesting anything that's not legendary. Normal assembly machines. You take anything that is common. Put it into your chest. You make uncommon. Ones are these quality modules. Output these into a box. Speed module ones need greens and reds. Pick some of them up. Get rid of it. What planet is everybody working on? I have literally been on Gleba for the past week sorting that out, and now Vs this morning, but now Vs didn't take long at all, but it's sick. Sick as. We're lagging space science. Next thing we need to do is going to be space science after we sort Fulgora out. Then we've got to go to Aquilo, which I'm dreading, because this is a massive fucking pain. But with better productivity modules and better speed modules, we might be able to get this to something decent. I mean, we're making... It's only making 4 a second. We change these to legendary beacons with legendary speed modules and legendary prod mods in everything. We could probably get a lot more out of this. We just need to make sure that the inputs can keep up, obviously. So, now we need to do... anything that is rare. Steel. Steel, gears, blues, and concrete. Steel, gears, blues, concrete. You need to be making rare cyclers with quality modules. We need to output into a bin. You steel epic gears epic blues epic and concrete epic. Needs to be making epic recyclers, quality modules. Don't have any at the minute. Speed this up. Why are the bots not picking these up? Ah. We had a circuit connection because it was using the blues from the bus, which it isn't anymore. We then need a legendary one. Need to request steel, gears, blues, and why do we always forget the last one? Concrete. Output. Struggling with the blues for some reason. No, that's why. This needs thick blues. You can have them. You can have them. Them. You can have that. You can have that. Have that. You can have that. This holmium is not really needed, so put it in a box. Now, we're making legendary stuff. I would imagine I'm requesting it. Really working here. We need a way of getting. Need to be requested. We're requesting deal. You're literally waiting for gears and... Way more greens than everything else. Unfortunately, it's just going to back up. Unless we build another one. Okay, we'll leave that ticking. Right, let's start with the design. So ultimately, we want a belt coming in. First belt is going to deal with the stuff that we bypass, which is ice, concrete. Could be concrete, ice. And solid fuel. Solid fuel is easy. Put it in a box so we have an amount of it. Then we'll say you only work when we've got more than, I don't know, 500, just an amount so we've got some stored because we use it for rocket fuel, stuff like that. We then cycle it with, I don't know, tier 2 speed modules. Then concrete. Put it in a box. So you enable when concrete is greater than 500. If the concrete's greater than 500, then we send it into assembly machine to make hazmat concrete. We then send it out again into a recycler, then back in to one of these, making hazmat concrete, into recycler, and then just do away with it. So a 2-tier stage of crafting it up and then just getting rid of it. Next one is ice. Now ice needs to go into chemical plant. Making water. Actually, we'll put it in a box first. Pour some ice. Even though we probably won't need it for nothing. So you only work. Ice. No, you know what? This one doesn't want any restriction. This one just wants to use the ice to make into water. With prod mods. And we simply store it in there, and this will be used to make our science later down the line. We'll then say, with this ice backs up and it gets more than 500. Then it bypasses this system, comes into 2 recyclers and just... So that's the 3 main ones that we're bypassing. We drag in concrete, ice and solid fuel straight off because these are the top. These are 2, 3 and 4 items. Apart from the gears, which is getting stacked. Now, do we want to siphon off the gears as well and deal with them straight away? Because we're not using them for anything. Gears just literally get recycled into iron plates. Get turned into iron chests. Cycled. You then use those for these pipes. Okay, we'll do the gears now. So you only work if gears more than 500. God knows what we'll ever want gears for apart from just getting rid of them, but it is what it is. And we're going to recycle those super fast in one of these. Turn them into iron plates. The iron plates are then going to be turned into iron chests. Cycled again. Actually, let's put another stage in there. Let's put the iron plates into a bin. So you only work when iron plates are greater than 500. Then they'll be turned into steel chests, put in here, turned back into plates, and recycled away. We'll put speed modules in these if we need. That's the 4 main ones that block up your system, is these. We're going to get these off the belt straight away and done. Then we need to deal with everything that produces copper plates. Is cable. Again, put it in a bin. In case we want any cable for anything. Where's the steel? Steel gets recycled away that fast that we don't have any build up. I'll request some steel, please. Yes. So, you work. We'll have a little buffer of copper cable of 500, and you go into a super fast recycler. Turned into copper plates. The other things that then turn into copper plates are LDS and batteries. No. Yes. Now this turns into 3 things, so this is going to become a problem. So LDS. Same again. You don't do anything until we've got 500 LDS because we use these for rocket. The LDS then gets recycled into 3 different things. This one. Going to cable. Does LDS get recycled? Find ourselves. Gets recycled into steel plate, copper plate, and plastic. So this can be copper. Filter plate. I'll join the copper from this. Plastic. This is after. This is just the LDS coming in here. The LDS comes in here, recycles, and then it comes out. So we want copper. Come out the side here. Join with this copper. The plastic. Come out here. To a box. So you only work if the plastic is greater than 500, in case we need plastic for anything. Plastic gets squirreled away. The other thing is steel. Now I'm going to put the steel back onto the belt. Gonna put the steel back onto the main belt. She's gonna come in here. And we need to move all these over. This is the diverted belt. This is the main belt. So we're going to put the steel back onto the main belt. You might think I'm mad for doing this, but there is a reason for this. I want to deal with the steel later down the line. You need to be not coming from there. Yeah. Be steel. That way the only thing that's coming out of this box into here is copper, plastic. So the only thing that's coming out of here, plastic. Plastic gets recycled away. Efficiency modules for now. Put speed modules in once we set it running and we get it going. The other thing that does copper is batteries. And again, put it in a box. You only work if batteries are greater than 500. And the batteries cycled. And batteries get recycled into iron plates and copper. Okay, so the copper needs to join these here. This is a triple lane of copper. So, copper. Copper. The iron plates. They're going to come over here into this. Then get turned into iron chests, be recycled away. That is all the batteries get turned into, iron and copper. Yeah. So that's an easy one. Now we've got the 3 lanes of copper. These are going to get mixed with the steel. I can probably bypass this then and bring the steel off here. This is what we do in the other section. We make these. Because these use copper, steel plates and pipes. Because it uses a lot of copper. Which is the thing that we get the most of. The only thing is we should really be making iron plates. Be really making pipes. Putting the pipes into a box. Say, you only work pipes greater than 500. Then the pipes get mixed with the copper and the steel. Pipes, the copper. In this, and the steel going to be here and here. steel into a box. You only work if steel is greater than 500. If it is, you send it down here to here. Get mixed with this. So you... that. Merge with you. Come over here. Going to make these. And you come out of here. Cycled. And then squirreled away. Now if this line backs up with steel, probably will, we need to get out of jail free card. So we're going to do, what's this backwards? We're going to do output priority right. So first thing we want it to do is go in here and get recycled away. If it doesn't, this output, we will then take the steel, turn it into steel chests. And recycle it away. That deals with the main bulk of it. We've dealt with solid fuel, concrete, ice, turn into water. We have got a way of getting the water going on it. Look at you going. What are you doing? Why are you killing yourself? Come back to Volcanus. Asteroids, boo! It's took off somehow without having any power. Got no fuel cells in here. Somehow it's managed to. Anyway, we'll be able to repair it when we get back to Volcanus. It'll probably take forever. But we built this thing on Volcanus in next to no time, so we'll just let it get back there. Rebuild it. Don't ask me what these ships do. They have a mind of their own. So yeah, we've dealt with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got to deal with stone, which we could turn into landfill, but we do need the stone. Advanced circuits. Processing units are a pain. Do those now. Processing unit. These turn into greens and reds. So, to a box. You only work process greater than 500. Then going to get reds and green. We also get greens on the belt anyway. No, we don't. You get advanced circuits, so do those. Save a little bit of red circuits. So these. Have we made any more legendary cyclers? I think so. Made one. Okay. This thing produces at such a slow rate. It is what it is. So, we use this legendary. So you are then going to recycle into these, which is blues and reds. Blues, reds and greens. The reds come out here. Get merged with these reds. Greens. Once this is recycled, the reds give us green, plastic and copper. Plastic. And we do something clever. Say, give me the plastic. So you take the plastic. These then turn into greens as well. Greens. Copper we're just gonna delete. Copper cables. Could get this to merge with these over here. Did this. We then put these into a box. Of reds. So you only work copper cables are more than good. So you give me the copper cables. Not the copper cables, the copper plates. That's the copper done with. The plastic is done with. The only other thing is the greens. So we'll bring the greens. This. Actually, bring them up here. Into a box. And we'll say you only bring the greens out. There is more than 400. In case we ever need anything for crafting, we've got a little buffer. And the greens get recycled into copper again. Copper and iron plates. Over the iron plates. So, recycle the greens. This is a spaghetti mess, but I love it. Going to work. And if we say you bring out the iron plates. Not going to work because of that unless I turn that the other way. So you give me the iron plates. And then you throw the iron plates on there. Come across here, go into here, get turned into pipes. If they can't get turned into pipes, then they get scrapped. So green's done with. So what's left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's just stone and holmium, which we haven't dealt with, which we needed them at the end. So, yeah, stone and holmium are the only two things we haven't done. Now the stone is used for the holmium, so bring these along. Further. That. Output right filter. Stone. We'll say you only work if stone is more than 500. Stone is then going to want to come out here. And be used for the holmium. If it isn't, we want to turn it into landfill. With speed modules out the wazoo. And then recycle it away. Gone. Then the last thing, which is the only thing we really need, to be honest, the holmium. Now the holmium goes into this setup here, but we'll deal with that when it's up and running. Holmium gets mixed with water from the ice. Here. We're gonna bring back outside the bus backing. That's probably the easiest way to deal with it. Bring the water down along the back here. Then ultimately get mixed with the holmium. What does one of these output in regards to holmium? Outputs 2.178 a second. 0.178. Okay. So the holmium, we don't want it clogging up. We just want it to go straight into one of these. This is going to be making solution with productivity modules. Consumes 0.257 a second. Not a lot. So we do need to boost it. With... Did we not bring legendary beacons? We did, but we didn't pick them up. Good. Maybe we didn't bring any. Legendary iron is back at Vulcanus. Don't go anywhere. Stay here. Not have any legendary beacon. Any up? Go back to Vulcanus. Pick up. Legendary beacon. From. Turn the rest of these off. We already brought one. Use a normal beacon for now. Well, we've got a tier 2 one. See if we can get it anywhere near what we're after. Speed modules do we have? That needs 1.89, so not quite. So I'm going to cheat and spawn in some speed 3. Speed 3 modules because I can't be bothered to wait for them to deliver in legendary. Not make holmium solution in a foundry. No, it's only made in a chemical. Okay. Okay, that consumes 2.4 a second. And one of these makes 2.17. So perfect. That is always going to consume all of the holmium. Probably should put it into a bin in case we have a backup for any reason. So we'll move it down. This needs the stone. So you only work if the holmium... Fuck it, we'll just let the holmium build up. Doesn't matter. No, it does. We won't do this. We'll bin the M product. We'll bin the holmium plates. I know it's crazy, but I mean it's practically free on this place. It's forever, never ending. So the holmium comes straight in, gets turned into holmium solution with the stone. This is always going to take it out before this because this says it needs more than 500. Holmium solution. Then goes into a foundry. Prod mods. This produces 210, consumes 80. We bring this down. This consumes 2.4 a second. Consumes 930, which is way more than what. Could probably do this with a normal fountain. Anyway. Produces 210, this will consume 706. So it's always going to use all of the holmium solution. This then goes into a bin. If it can't, the bin gets full, we recycle it away. Otherwise the whole thing clogs up. So that is it. That is it. This module is a lot more sleeker and a lot better to understand than what the hell fucking is going on here. So I'm hoping. I want to change this though. This can go. We'll move the rockets for now. This we're going to totally renew. This is obsolete. We're not making these on here anymore. I don't want any of it. Definitely don't want it. I don't need all of these, but we'll drop those off over here. This is ultimately where these will be delivered from. Everything else is okay-ish. This has been here for forever and a day. Delete it. Okay, what can we delete? I really want to delete everything. I don't really want to throw this science away. Let's put it up here. Let's the rocket fuel, we do need to make that, but we'll move that afterwards. The rest of this needs to go. Now this is going to make a hell of a mess. And fill up my inventory full of shit, so let's use these never-ending bins to free the lines of stuff. These are a mod. Very useful. Clearing out the system. You can go. I'll put one of that. Do away with that. Do away with the concrete. Away with the ice. Is this is kind of an evolutionary thing. This has been upgraded 3 or 4 times now. All of these are empty. Batteries need to go. LDS need to go. Right, where's transport? Can you drop off some of your fuel cell? Volcanus. And you can pick up 10 fuel cells from Volcanus. Throw it down. And you request 10 minus 2. Okay, now you're picking them up. Transport. When you're 10 land, you can go back to Nalvis and pick up some more. Okay, right. Go back to Nalvis. We've now got 10 fuel cells. Can't input anything because servers have no power. Now you go back to Nalvis. We'll remove all of these interrupts. Back to Nalvis and just stay there. Right. Delete some stuff. A whole lot of legendary stuff I just picked up. You've got no power. It's a big problem. We will be repurposing these. Bin full of blues there. Right. So this is the... What the hell? Got so much... Never ceases to amaze me how much crap you can accumulate in the game. Right. This is the main line. This is the junk line. The junk line. This is the main line. And off this main line, we want to add the gears. So to do that, I'm going to merge it here. This should never be needed. But this is like a fail-safe. So this is the main line. I want to get the gears onto this line as well. So now we've got gears, ice, concrete and solid fuel on one line. And that's what we need to input here. So if we grab this whole thing, copy it, rotate it, then flip it horizontal like that. And then we do that. We delete this so we can use all of the stuff that came with it. These connected? Could be. Then this is our scrap line. This is the solid fuel concrete, ice and gears, which goes into here. And this is the main line. So this then needs to come all the way around. And it can do this. It needs merging here. With an input priority left. That should be it. I think we've dealt everything. The only thing for us to do is literally just plug it in and see what happens. Homing plates are going to get bin for now. We will be using them for something else. So let's save the game first in case anything stupidly happens. Fulgora rework. I don't know what could possibly go wrong, but let's see. Something will definitely be awry. Right. Enable when solid fuel is greater than 500. That's the first thing that wasn't working. Building up a stock. This would probably need some speed modules in this. This is working. The ice builds up to 500. Get rid of it. Gears are already built up to 500. Turning into these till this gets to 500. It does. Gears will get turned into pipes. Go into here. The ice is getting dealt with pretty easily. Having no problem dealing with the concrete. Getting dealt with. This is filling up with pipes. This has got to fill up with copper before this will do anything. Gears are a problem. Other gears not dealt with. High gears coming in on this lot. Isn't steel. Okay, we need a way of getting the gears off. Just do that. Need stacking starter for the gears. It's not quick enough. Okay. Leave it for a bit, see what happens. I know why the gears were getting through anyway. Why do we not have any legendary stack inserters? Let's spawn some in quickly. We're going to cheat a little bit. Stack inserter legendary. 100. Give. That didn't have the output priority set there. Same for this. This needs the output priority set for there, otherwise it just blows through. So LDS is getting through. That's because that wasn't selected, which we just found out. This doing our 2.178? Yeah, it is. All the copper should be being dealt with this. Alright, this definitely needs speeding up. This one also. No, we've not hit 500. This needs changing to LDS. Okay. This is alright. The only problem we're going to have is if this copper builds up and this can't get rid of stuff. But, I mean, pipes and the steel are already backed up. This should always work. The copper should always get dealt with by this. Definitely need to speed this. This needs changing to green to here. Yeah, this doesn't turn into green box. These blues turn into greens and reds, so this needs to in there. This gets to 500 greens. This will recycle them. The iron plates. See, this is outputting into that. Don't want it to do. So that needs to be turned around. Zone is 1, 2, less than 500, so it's dealing with it. Probably don't even. This is a problem. Enable if home plates greater than 1,000. Need feed in. How has that slowed them down? Oh, it is going down. Definitely going down. Okay, concrete's getting through. Why is concrete? Because gears are backed up. The iron plates aren't being used in there, so this definitely speed it up. Even speeded up that much, not enough. So that's our first problem. Iron plates. So maybe the iron plates and batteries deal with on site. Let's speed this up as well. So the iron plates and batteries need their own way to go. Because we can't make pipes fast enough. Not stalling without putting them fast enough into here. Just not quick enough. So what if we do? We do. That. This weird little weave thing. And we do that. Doing. What if we push this out another one? And then we do that. Give it a time to think. This is burning through whatever it can put into it. He's going down. Slowly. Okay, I think we've solved it. This should start going down now, slowly. Definitely is. Gears are not backing up. Concrete is the next problem. Got no way of getting concrete off the main bus. So we're going to have to try and do it then. Back inserter. Now ice is getting through as well. We need to do the same for ice. And this is dealing with ice as fast as it can get to the belt. This belt should be running free. Running totally clear now, so we've sorted it. Holmium's good. So although it's bigger, more efficient, and you can actually tell what's going on, because this is just a fucking mess. I was using bots to deliver stuff around, like if something got bigger I was using bots. This is totally bot free. So now we can use the solid fuel to make some rocket fuel. This system is just nowhere near as efficient. This belt is running free. That means everything getting dealt with. That means this can run constantly. And we will definitely be generating the 2.178 a minute. Can't do any more than that, because the belt is full. Some of these are not even outputting. Wonder if we can free this up. Don't need these. I think these are slowing it down. Why are we getting ice on this belt? One of these is not lit. One of these is not listening. Is our outputting ice on the belt? Yeah, this is backed up, so these need speeding. I think we need to turn these back into these. Definitely need to do that. What are we saying? A clear output belt is good. This is slowing down. I don't know why. I don't know what's causing it. Shudder. This should be running free. Nothing's backing up. Everything is good. Simply are just producing too much scrap. Although the line is freeing up a bit. I'm gonna let this run. while we design our holmium production. Right, you can go. Good. Okay, so the holmium plates into electromagnetic. Right, this is our ultimate goal. Needs supercapacitors and accumulate. Then we need some of the done absolutely done. What is it doing? I think we just need to request the steel, gears, blues, and concrete. I think so. I think trying to direct feed it into a box, it just always clogs up. Okay. Right, what's holmium solution used for? Holmium solution used in holmium plates and electrolyte. And it's used to make this science. So, solution. This doesn't, but it needs those. This needs superconductors. Actually, let's just pinch this. Works. We'll redesign it with the legendaries. Okay. Uses 56. So we're making 210. That is our base value. Needs 56. Double it. Actually, let's beacon down. Needs. Let's say we want to put one of these in there. Alright, let's spawn in a legendary beacon because again I'm being lazy. That with one of those speed modules needs 60 odd, so let's double it. $82 homing. This needs homing plates. This needs homing plates. Okay, so for that amount of that, we need 3.3 supercapacitor. For 10 times what this is. 6.87. That's 2.58 more than what it needs with one of those tier 1 things in. Still 2.14. Fully, that doesn't need that then. Okay, yeah. This needs its own beacon away from that. Minus 2.6. Minus 2.2, so we can jump pretty higher up. That is very close. One of these. Okay, minus 0.28 a second. And maybe we do one of those. Too much. So that's going to have to be it. So that and that together. Needs 789 holmium solution, but we're just making way more than this what we need. Got to have the productivity modules. Need some lower tier foundries. Let's give ourselves 10 of the lower tier. So this is minus 2.2 per second, which is good. Now we're actually getting some. That is a very small amount. Although it needs 372 only solution. We're only making 210. Way down on ohmium solution. Way down on plates. What's going on here? Oh. Did this make per second? We need to aim for 5.24 per second. Making 9, that's why. Still making. 5.1. 5.25. Okay. This is it. So one of these. Now, where's one of those electrolyte things? We need to get that in as well. Okay. Supercapacitors. 1.69 a second more than... Okay. That at the bottom. Yeah, that's good enough. So that's supercapacitors. This then needs accumulators. They don't need anything, so they can stay out the way. .075. This needs a tiny boost if we can give it. Way too much. About a lower tier beacon. Still way too much. Normal tier beacon. Still 1.5 a second more than what we need. So, we're going to have to do a lower tier version of this. About a blue. Maybe a green. Pretty good. Holmium plates is still really high, but I mean we're in the lowest. Is being affected by that. Do that. Give this its own beacon. Move these all down. Let's try. Get some speed freeze in here then. Oh no, I thought I had some speed 3 legendary. 20. Minus 61. How is it going down? Why is it going down? What the hell? Something weird's going on here. Like, this is our 210. Why have we stopped? Reds are backed up. Backed up. Greens are backed. Greens are backed up because of the cable. Cool. Greens are going down. This is outputting onto that, which is bad. Problem. That. This needs to... are going down. Reds are not going down because greens. Going to there. Simply don't have making 66 a second. He's 0.286. Done. 1.4. Say. Ah, I know. It's calculating what's being recycled. That. Right, even with the lowest tier thing we've got, lowest tier foundry, with prod mods, uses only 32 homium solution a second. Uses 13, 10. In a minute. 2.4 whole. 0.4. Get a calculator up, see what we can make with 2.4 holmium. Let's use the Factorio Lab one. Add items. Electromagnetic science. Items per second. Want to be using basic foundry with prod mod 3 legendary. 4 modules. Electromagnetic plants with nothing in. What? What? Try again. Add an item. Intermediate. Electromagnetic song. So we want legendary prod mods in this. Want items to be viewed. Second. Using 0.1. Fucking closed it again. Factorio calculator. Factorio lab. Right, remind me not to keep fucking closing this down. Add item. Electromagnetic science. In these, we definitely will want to be using prod mod 3. I'm going to drag this up here for the minute. In this, making these, we want to be using prod mod 3. Say no beacons for now. Windows 10. It is crap. This we want to be using prod mod 3. These want to be that. Plastic, we don't need to worry about that. That, we don't need to worry about that. Greens and that we don't need to. Volume solution, we don't need to worry about that. So this is 0.5 a minute. So we think it was like 5.2 per second, wasn't it? That's 2.2 holmium a minute. Yeah, good enough. Did we fix this? No, what's going on? You're not getting rid of the pipes because you're full. You're full. Feed all of these. The reds are struggling. Greens are struggling. Down output stuff faster. Pipes are going down. Missing ingredients. More ingredients. We're making so many pipes, it's absolutely ridiculous. We could probably supply our whole empire with pipes for the next 4 million years. Pipes only need 1 iron plate, so this is crap. This can deal with the pipes. That. This we're going to put in here. Make an iron chest. Fast as fuck. Move this up one. Where did that pipe go to? This needs then its own line of cyclers. Now we're cooking. We need to make the pipes for this to work because this is dealing with all of the steel and the copper. It's just perfect. But it deals with all the copper. Which is a fucking lot. That should free this up now. The reds is still struggling. Greens are going down, so everything's managing. Let's just fucking speed everything out the wazoo. Just legendary speed everything, so it just recycles everything at 3 million miles an hour. Still not fast enough to deal with these reds. May well be, because the belt is clear. We need to see this number of reds going down. Which it is. The output belt's got a holmium on it, which is weird. This isn't consuming all the holmium. I mean, that's because we're not actually using it yet, but get this back in. So this is saying 2.2 holmium a minute, which it is. So this is 0.3 of a legendary electromagnetic plant. How is that possible? Legendary electromagnetic plant with no beacons. Making... What the... Value? What? That value. $5.2. Okay, so it's 15.2 of these legendary ones. To make 5.2 electromagnetic science packs a second. This uses 2.2 holmium, so we want to get that down. Beacon. 1.4. See what happens if we full legendary it. We haven't just used all of them. Speed. Pre legendary 50 please. Thank you, sir. That's 8.9 per second. 4.6. 5.2 is what we're aiming for. .7. 5.5. We just need a normal speed 1. We'll deal with this holmium in a minute. When he gets past this, and we'll do it again. Cycle it. Shame, but 5.3, that'll do. So we'll base everything off that then. That means we need 1.9 a second supercapacitor. Pretty close to that. Needs boosting. Gonna get everything to use its own beacon. It's gonna be easier to control. Too much. Very, very close. This is just a tad high with that, mate. Perfect. Slightly up. We are making slightly over. I think I'll leave that as it is. This is minus 4.2 a second. Gonna need like nothing. A tier 1 maybe. They're pretty good. So which one was using just a tier 1? None of them. So this is our end goal setup. Let's put that out of the way. That. That. There. This needs to go into both of them. So that can go. Go. This can go that side. Move all of this over. Yeah. And these two need the holmium. Needs heavy oil in there. Might do the heavy oil. No, I can't. Holmium. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, the heavy oil doesn't really matter. Needs to get heavy oil here for light oil. I do that. And that. This. Do that. Need some stone as well. Stone. Yes. Blues are backing up. We need to look at that. Fucking. We're wasting a lot of stuff, but probably going to take a while to clear this. We'll see if that speed module frees that up. If not, we'll use another separate line for the blues again here. Blues are getting fought by. So yeah. It's all good. Needs the supercapacitors from there. So this can go on that side. Then this can do. Supercapacitors need chromium plates. West. Need chromium plates. Plastic. Copper. So we need another one. None in storage for plastic. Where is the plastic? Yeah. You need to enable only if plastic greater than 500. Right, the blue is freed up. The blues are gone off the belt, almost. So that appears to be working. This should be getting plastic soon. Providing plastic. Is requesting plastic. This doesn't need that on. Oh, that's the plastic. This is the plastic. Don't want that to enable. I want this to enable. So this just needs light oil. Needs heavy oil and stone. Stone we were dealing with. What's happened? Getting affected by that beat. This minus 4.2. Slightly more. Probably does want in it. But it's only going to use what it needs. And then it will just fill up. So this needs light oil, this needs heavy oil. So if we get heavy oil as it, bring that through here. That's your heavy oil. This needs light oil. Don't know how much. I would imagine it's not a lot. This. I'll put it there. Water is here. Here. Fuel ingredient storage. Okay, we need to flip that. What do you need? You need holmium plates, greens, and batteries. Holmium plates, greens, batteries. This is why we set a buffer of everything, so we can use it. Nothing, no batteries in storage. There is. This is being disabled by nothing that we don't. This needs its stuff. Okay, this is full output. Good. Cool. Just need these. Need 1.935. But in it 0.75. That's 0.0008 a second. Not bad, is it? Perfect. That. And that should be our science done. When we request the stuff this needs. Plates and batteries. Plates. Batteries. This is going to change the amount of stuff we need to recycle all this crap in here as well. We could probably slow a lot of the stuff down. Hey. So 5.321 a second, which is 5.321 times by 320 a minute. So if I want 60 a second, I need 12 of these. 12 of this. For 60 a second. Holy fuck. Saying we need 271 home. But we're making way more holmium solution than what we need. Still making... What if we just put a level 1 in there? Not quite. To do with a tier 2 chemical plant. Uncommon. It says we need 202. So this is pretty good. It's all good for 5.321 a second. Everything is good. Right, let's output this into a disposable bin. And then we'll just leave it running. Right, what's going on here? Solid fuel. Right, because we're using a lot of batteries now, we're going to be getting a lot less iron plates. Eventually. Even with a turbo belt, even by separating all these gears, this is the limit to a turbo belt mount. This belt isn't full, so we could probably put something else onto that belt. Gears are going onto it. The next one down. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Next one down is stone. What about if we put copper on? Try. Let's do the copper. How far down the list is copper? Quite far down. Six or something a minute. Copper onto this. Then we put copper as well. And we blacklit copper. Going on the outside one, too. Filter this copper off for now. Belt up. That should end it. We'll change this to gears now, because for some reason there were some gears that got messed up. This game looks like stress. Way of putting it. This planet is not best. Fun, but stressful at the same time. Right, the output belt is clear. This has freed this up a bit. These are actually working. So we should be getting closer to the 2.178 or whatever. These long arm inserters are keeping up with the concrete and that. Maybe we could change them to the legendary one. Well, change you to one of them. That's why we were getting the stuff. Why is that set to legendary ice? No, it's not. It's the legendary symbol of the arm. Yeah, these are all freed up now. These are all outputting everything now. Really good. These should not be needed at all. Blacklists work right. This output belt is good. These gears Still all be being filtered out. Not. Because of that. Getting slowed down, isn't it, by this? So we're borderline what we can now fit on this outside belt. But it is working. Just. These are hardly working now, look. Because we're using the batteries and that. Let's try doing away with it. This is now keeping up with the pipes. Not using all of the holmium's a little bit of a concern, considering it says we should be. Why is this... Why doesn't this say the 2 something per second? Consumes 70 per second. Making 109. Seems 30. 70. Plus the 32. 100 and whatever. But this is saying it's only using 1.248 per second. Saying we could double it. .178. There is holmium getting through. Strange. Says we consume 70.87 holmium solution. Says we make 109.248. Say that earlier. Oh. Try and double everything. This needs a holmium solution. Getting in these two. Not going to be easy. Here. To bring it down. What the? Weird ghosting thing. Fucked in it. Because of this recycling. Stone. Need a what? Tier 1 speed module. You need tier 2 blue. So that's all working, but we need 173 ohmium solution a minute. This is making 109. Delete that. Put a legendary one in. That's using 2.4 holmium. Apparently we're making enough holmium plates. And these two are now making 10 a second, which is 6 clusters of this. Still a lot. I could separate this out and just use more speed beacons. How is that possible? How did I build the whole thing and it was half as what we needed? And we're actually still making more holmium solution. And everything is up. So we could eke a little bit more out of this. Like, not much, but maybe that. You know, I have no idea what happened there. I built the whole thing using the rat calculator every time. And apparently we've just managed to make twice as much from the input that we have. This says we need 2.4 holmium ore a second. This is working flat out now. We make 2.178. And we've still got some going through because we can't use it all. I think the rate calculator must be wrong. This is a lot going through. Like a lot. Let's clear this. Also clear this holmium off the belt so we can get a good idea of whether this is actually working or not. Batteries are becoming a problem. Using 23.42 batteries. Yeah, and we only make 8. So batteries, not good. We can't make batteries here. Can't make batteries here because we've got no sulfuric acid. Got no sulfuric acid. Can drop off sulfur from the ships that come in here in space. Or we can make batteries on Vulcanus where they're virtually free. But this is a problem. Needs 6 batteries. Needs 15. Okay, yeah, this is being affected by beacons, which shouldn't be. Now it's saying we need 14 batteries. And we only make 8.7. So yeah, batteries are the limiting factor, but these belts are running free now. I might be able to add some more in. Might be able to do this. This. Adding the fourth ingredient to the main belt that's deleting stuff was a really good idea. These are still running free. What's that upped it to now? Closer to 2.4 and closer to 9. There's still space on. Can we do another one? Two. Doesn't appear so. That seems to be the limit. Stacked these. I think I tried stacking the normal ingredient. Doesn't. Try this. But we set a stack limit of that. Right, I'm going to have to get off now, guys, anyway. I need to get some dinner for the boy. I'm going to mess around with this off stream. See if I can streamline it even more. Stack limit 6. I don't think it works because I think ultimately it just picks something up. Unless we can do circuit logic to tell it to only pick something up when it is in this inventory and it encounters a number that's greater than 6, but I don't. Yeah, these are going up way past 6. It depends what it puts in its hand. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get off. Thanks, guys, if you're still here. And I will catch you in the next one. See you guys. Thank you.